English country style is more than just a design. It's a feeling of warmth, coziness, and timeless charm that makes even the smallest kitchen feel welcoming. It blends rustic simplicity with traditional elegance, creating an atmosphere where every detail feels intentional and lived in. For small kitchens, this style works wonders because it emphasizes comfort over perfection, layering natural materials, soft colors, and vintage details. Today, we'll explore how you can bring the heart of English countryside living into your own small kitchen, no matter where you are. Small kitchens can often feel cramped or overly functional, but the English country style transforms them into cozy havens. By emphasizing warmth and charm, you can create a space that feels inviting rather than restrictive. The key lies in balancing practicality with beauty. Think about soft lighting, wooden textures, and touches of handmade character that instantly relax the atmosphere. In the English countryside, kitchens aren't just for cooking. They're gathering places filled with laughter, stories, and comfort. That spirit can be recreated in even the tiniest spaces. One of the hallmarks of English country kitchens is the use of natural materials. Wood, stone, and clay all play central roles in building an authentic look. In a small kitchen, you might choose a wooden butcher block countertop, exposed wood shelving, or stone-inspired tile backsplashes. These textures add warmth and keep the space grounded in tradition. The beauty of natural materials is that they age gracefully, so even in compact kitchens, every scratch or worn edge tells a story, making your kitchen feel lived in and loved. Color sets the mood of any room, and in English country style, the palette is often soft, muted, and inspired by nature. Think sage green, creamy whites, buttery yellows, and soft blues. In small kitchens, these colors keep the space feeling light and open while still creating a sense of coziness. You don't need bold or overwhelming hues. Instead, opt for tones that bring calmness and harmony. Pairing these shades with wooden accents will give your kitchen a warm countryside glow, perfect for everyday life. Storage can be a challenge in small kitchens, but open shelving is both functional and decorative in English country design. Instead of hiding everything behind heavy cabinetry, display your prettiest dishes, copper pans, or even jars of dried herbs on rustic shelves. This not only saves space but also adds personality. The shelves become part of the decor, turning ordinary objects into charming focal points. Just remember to keep things tidy and curated, so the shelves feel inviting rather than cluttered in your limited space. Cabinetry is one of the most defining features of a kitchen. For an English country look, think about cabinets with beadboard details, shaker-style doors, or even a distressed painted finish. Soft cream, pastel green, or powder blue cabinetry can make your small kitchen look both quaint and elegant. You don't need an expansive layout to make this work. Sometimes, a single row of thoughtfully designed cabinets is enough. The goal is to combine functionality with style, making your storage solutions as beautiful as they are practical. Nothing says English country quite like a farmhouse sink. Even in a small kitchen, a compact apron front sink can become the centerpiece. These sinks bring a sense of tradition and charm, harking back to simpler times when kitchens were the heart of rural homes. A white porcelain farmhouse sink paired with brass or antique-style faucets adds a classic feel without overwhelming the space. If your kitchen is too tight for a full-size version, there are smaller models available that preserve the same rustic elegance. Copper is a beloved element in English country kitchens, often seen in cookware, kettles, or hanging pots. Its warm tones add richness and sparkle to the room. In a small kitchen, a few copper pieces can make a big impact. Consider hanging a copper pot rack, displaying a teapot, or simply incorporating small copper accents like measuring cups. Over time, the patina of copper tells its own story, making your kitchen feel authentic and timeless while enhancing the cozy atmosphere. If your small kitchen has a window, it's a gift worth celebrating. Natural light is crucial in bringing out the softness of English country style. Instead of heavy curtains, opt for simple linen or cotton drapes, or even leave windows bare to let the light flood in. A window ledge can also become a charming display for potted herbs or wildflowers. Even in limited space, the connection to the outdoors is vital. Your kitchen should feel like an extension of nature, bathed in fresh light and air. English country style thrives on patterns and textures, often inspired by florals, checks, and stripes. Incorporating these into a small kitchen can be as simple as adding gingham curtains, a floral tea towel, or a striped rug. Textiles soften hard surfaces and bring a cozy feeling to compact spaces. Don't shy away from mixing patterns either. The English countryside look is all about layering. Just keep the colors within a soft palette, so the room feels harmonious rather than busy. Furniture plays a big part in achieving authenticity. Even in a small kitchen, a single antique piece can transform the room. A vintage wooden stool, an old farmhouse table, or a weathered sideboard can add character. In tight spaces, multifunctional furniture works best, like a drop-leaf table that expands for dining or shrinks to save space. These items carry history and charm, making your kitchen feel as though it has evolved over generations rather than being newly styled. Accessories complete the look of any kitchen, but in small spaces, it's about balance. English country decor embraces lived-in charm, so displaying crockery, hanging utensils, or a stack of cookbooks feels natural. The trick is to avoid overcrowding. Choose pieces that tell a story. A teapot passed down from family, a jar of wildflowers, or handmade pottery. Each accessory should feel intentional, adding to the overall charm without making the room feel cramped. Quality over quantity is key in compact English kitchens. Lighting has a huge impact on the atmosphere of a small kitchen. English country style favors warm, soft light rather than harsh overheads. Pendant lights with antique finishes, wall sconces, or even a small table lamp can create the perfect glow. In small spaces, layered lighting is best, allowing you to control the mood. A single warm bulb above a farmhouse sink or a soft glow over the countertop adds coziness, making your kitchen feel more like a welcoming gathering space than a purely functional one. The flooring in an English country kitchen is often rustic, grounding the entire design. While you may not have the space for wide plank oak floors, there are smaller scale solutions that still capture the essence. Terracotta tiles, distressed woodlook vinyl, or stone effect flooring can all work beautifully in a small kitchen. These textures add depth and contrast to the softer colors of the walls and cabinets. Durable yet charming rustic flooring helps tie the whole design together, while withstanding the wear of daily use. One of the most endearing aspects of English country style is its embrace of imperfection. Unlike sleek modern designs that thrive on minimalism, this style celebrates quirks. A mismatched chair, slightly worn cabinet paint, or a rustic uneven shelf adds character. In a small kitchen, these imperfections prevent the space from feeling sterile. Instead, they create personality and charm, making your kitchen feel like it has grown organically over time. This relaxed approach is what makes the English country kitchen so comforting and approachable. Bringing greenery indoors is an essential touch in English country kitchens. Even in a tiny kitchen, you can add life with a few potted herbs on the windowsill or a hanging planter above the sink. Fresh herbs like rosemary, basil, or thyme not only look charming but are practical for cooking. If natural light is limited, dried herbs hanging in bunches or faux plants can achieve a similar look. This connection to nature brings freshness to the kitchen, reinforcing the countryside-inspired atmosphere. In English country kitchens, dishware and cookware aren't hidden. They're proudly displayed. Hanging mugs on hooks, stacking plates on open shelves, or lining up vintage jars on the counter adds character. For small kitchens, this approach doubles as both storage and decor. Opt for pieces in muted colors, floral patterns, or rustic finishes to keep with the theme. This visibility makes the kitchen feel alive and functional, showing that it's not just a styled space but a heart of the home where life happens daily. In a small kitchen, practicality is just as important as style. English country design excels at making every inch count. Think about installing hooks under shelves, hanging baskets for produce, or adding narrow storage solutions between appliances. Multifunctional furniture, foldable tables, or rolling carts can provide flexibility without compromising charm. The beauty of this style is that it embraces a make-do spirit, using what's available creatively to make the space functional yet beautiful, much like how rural English homes evolved over centuries. Another way to keep your small kitchen feeling fresh is to embrace seasonal decor. English country style is deeply tied to the changing seasons. In spring, you might display fresh tulips or pastel linens. In autumn, dried flowers and copper accents take center stage. Small seasonal updates like changing out dish towels, adding seasonal fruit bowls, or bringing in fresh blooms keep your kitchen lively. These little touches prevent a small space from feeling stagnant, breathing new life into the design throughout the year. In traditional English homes, the kitchen is the true heart of the house. Even when small, it's where family gathers, meals are shared, and stories unfold. By designing your kitchen with English country principles, you're not just decorating. You're creating an environment that fosters connection. A warm glow, a rustic table, or the smell of herbs by the window makes the space inviting. No matter its size, your kitchen becomes more than just a room for cooking. It becomes a sanctuary of comfort and belonging. The English country look thrives on blending old and new seamlessly. You don't need everything to be antique. Instead, pair modern appliances with vintage styling. For example, a sleek oven can sit comfortably beneath a rustic wooden shelf, or a modern fridge can be softened with decorative magnets and linen cloths. This balance ensures that your kitchen remains functional and up-to-date, while still preserving the timeless charm of countryside design. In small kitchens, this fusion is especially powerful, keeping things practical yet beautiful. Creating an English country kitchen doesn't have to be expensive. In fact, thrifted and secondhand finds often add the most authentic charm. Look for mismatched crockery, vintage table linens, or rustic furniture pieces at flea markets. Even simple DIY projects, like painting cabinets in a muted color or hanging dried herbs, can bring the look to life. The beauty of this style is its accessibility. It values charm and creativity over perfection or cost. With small, thoughtful touches, any small kitchen can feel like the English countryside. What makes English country kitchens so appealing is the sense of story they tell. Every piece feels like it has a history, whether it's a family heirloom, a well-loved cookbook, or a hand-painted mug. In your small kitchen, curate items that reflect your own story. Perhaps display a vintage teapot from your grandmother, or keep recipe cards in a rustic tin. These personal touches make the kitchen uniquely yours, connecting it to both tradition and individuality, which is the heart of English country living. Even if your small kitchen doesn't allow for large gatherings, you can still create a welcoming spirit. A small bistro table with 2 chairs, or even a cozy stool by the counter, can encourage conversations while meals are prepared. English country kitchens are about togetherness, so even limited seating can foster that sense of warmth. Add a floral tablecloth or a flickering candle, and suddenly, your small kitchen becomes a charming space for tea with a friend or a shared breakfast with family. In the end, English country style proves that you don't need a large kitchen to create a space full of warmth, character, and timeless beauty. By embracing natural materials, muted colors, vintage accents, and thoughtful details, even the smallest kitchens can feel like a retreat to the countryside. It's about creating a place that feels loved and lived in, where imperfections are celebrated, and every detail tells a story. With a little creativity and intention, your small kitchen can capture the true heart of English country living.